advised, hostile UAV incoming. Kill confirmed.
Kill confirmed.
Orbital VSAT awaiting orders. Orbital VSAT online. Kill confirmed.
Threat neutralized.
Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed.
He's gone.
Kill confirmed.
Reloading.
Swarm on standby. Kill confirmed.
What's going on, YouTube? Doom bringing you Call of Duty, Gears of War 3 gameplay, ranked King of the Hill, full 5s action on dry dock, all gnashers gameplay of quick match retro spammers versus ranked good guys. Before I get into that legendary matchup, I wanted to say about the intro. It was from Black Ops 2, and what I got was called a kill chain, which was 9 kills in rapid succession. And I was playing solo. I was on a 25 game win streak, which is now a 36 game win streak, solo, so no team help. And yeah, I was just on a tear that night, just an adrenaline rush on that particular sequence. But that has to be my best or most favorite sequence from Black Ops 2. By far more entertaining, more triumphant of a sequence than getting the nuclears that I've gotten. That was the most fun one as well. So kind of wanted that to really set up this clip or this whole gameplay in a positive way. I have no gore on for this one, so you can kind of see where the pellets are hitting more so than on the other ones where the gore is on, and it could be red pellets are showing, but they all look like a smear, so we're going to have better indicator of that on this one. This is Retro Spammers Part 3, so you guys may have remembered Part 1 was on Dry Dock, Part 2 was on Jacinto, and Part 3 is on Dry Dock. So we're pretty much going full circle here, and there's also some interesting audio at the end, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. But the way that I would compare these guys to the team that you saw Part 1 and 2, Part 1 and 2 was like their starting lineup. As a hockey reference, their lineup for this game is their fourth lineup, which is the lineup in hockey that traditionally starts all the fights, participates in the drama, etc., etc. They're really not trying to play the objective. They're more just trying to troll and piss you off. And that's what these guys like to do, especially Tyrone, as you guys know from some of the other sound bites that you've heard. That's kind of what seems to happen, so I'm just calling it like it is. It's the truth, so I'm going to say it. When you play teams like this, sometimes, all the times you've played them, when they retro and abuse it and poke and all that cheap stuff, I want to get in as many reps as I can of exposing them for that. And I do it just out of, just really, it's fun for me to put it out there. That, hey, you know, we're playing people that are doing the cheapest tricks in the book, and we're beating them 2-0. So that's kind of why I do it. But, you know, when you go against these types of groups, all you're used to seeing is a retro. You know in scouting them that the Gnasher game is going to be subpar at best. And that's what I was communicating to my team here, is that when you get them in open space, they have no strafe ability. You got to use that cover, and no shots even hit me, so that's my point. Cover is good to use, that's what the game is made for, but in the Gnasher game, you need to be able to do both. Use your cover and strafe in the open to make other plays happen. If you can't do that, then it shows in the overall impact of the game, the kills and caps versus the other teams. So I did play this particular game with a chip on my shoulder, pretty much to prove, not that we have to, it's not even a big deal. I could listen to feedback all day from someone saying, you know, ranked players are tryhards. Quick match is where it's at. I would laugh at that, but, you know, they're entitled to their opinion. So I would defend that on any day that I would my own opinion. So what I'm getting at is that sometimes there are those on the other side of the aisle that say, well, quick match is just a better system. It's superior. Ranked match shouldn't even really count. No one even plays ranked. Well, once you get through all the excuses and all the BS, you find out that ranked was actually the general intention of the game in Gears 1. In Gears 1, there were just general leaderboards. There was no quick match leaderboards, and that was it. There was, it was pretty much both were merged as one. The only difference was you couldn't join a ranked game. Like, you couldn't join a game already in progress where a player quit, which was unfortunate, but now they have the wherewithal and the know-how to do that. So, I like the fact that you can vote maps on ranked, and I wish that some of the quick match people saw it that way too, that sometimes you can vote your favorite map and play against a group of people that maybe they're not as good at that map as you are. It's fun, it's quick, it still would have the quick match system. You could just vote on the map from time to time. I really don't think there's any harm in that. But I think those that never play ranked, they don't know that you can vote even, which is weird to think of, but so when you play against groups like this, it's really just awesome to get these kinds of leads and just know for sure, yeah, I made the right choice. This is how I got to be a better player. Otherwise, maybe not so much. That's the route I took. The ranked route. Not the perfect route. But when you're like me, you're used to playing against team after team after team. Again, like I said, I've probably played about 1,000 teams, maybe more in my career. No matter how good a team is, if you have a cap card, you can still capture the gameplay and see what they did. What they did successfully to you and what they did that you took advantage of. So the more I play these retro spammers, the more I learn their tendencies. And why I don't see them use a gnasher often is because, frankly, they just don't have the skill set to utilize it to its full potential. And that gives me confidence knowing a 1v1 is probably rather easy against people that are trying to just bounce for no reason, like right there. So, yeah, part 3, dry dock. This is the getting into the second round here, and pretty much following the game. Of course, I didn't get to cap the game, the audio. It just wasn't set to both. It was just set to headset, I believe. And one of them was starting to say, "It's retro time." It was real weird, actually, how they were saying it. But you knew the retros were coming. They ended up catching us again, and it was just a rifle fest. But I'll put that game up there, and you'll see how it turns out for us and for them. I won't give anything away, other than it was a rifle fest, kind of, mostly one-sided. So they got what they wished for, only maybe the tables were turned. So 40-0, and I mean, were you guys really surprised by this? I know I wasn't. In scouting teams like this, I generally do give them a benefit of the doubt in a case where I know the rifle game would be there. Well, it's not really rifle game, it's the retros doing all the work, but you factor it into your game plan. You know that there's certain things you cannot do against this team. One of them being assuming that they're going to play you straight up. You cannot assume that against this team. They're going to time you out. They're going to let you bleed. They're going to hump you. They're going to do all this weird stuff. At the end of the day, it's the quick match players that are playing like the ranked players used to for stats, for winning. But they say, the quick match people mostly say, I just play for fun. I just play with my friends. Well, of course you're having fun playing with your friends at the same time you're beating up on people that just bought the game. It used to be fun for me too, probably the first week. And then I saw the light and I realized competition was the way to go. But to each their own. Everyone has their own opinion, which is the way, I like to keep it and defend that as well, no matter who it is. As long as it's an educated, informed opinion, then, I'm probably more likely to look into that. So, be that as it may, gameplay is almost done. 108-4, really embarrassing. And it just, really the only kills they're really getting right there are just gimmies, like cheapies. Just missed a wall a certain way. Mistakes that happen in a gnashers game. And they finally spawned on a hill. They're finally trying to defend one. I don't know how I'm getting shot in the back. It looked kind of weird. I thought I was getting shot from the front. Maybe a little bit of both. They're not going to hold this hill for long, though. They're just not coordinated enough. Not enough potential on their skill set to get that done. Pretty much it. Pretty much almost a wrap. I know I haven't uploaded in a little while. More of a spirited commentary. Feel free to post some of your own comments in the comment section below. Anytime. I'm always down for new ideas, new matchups, new types of video, whatever, for gears. So let me know what you think, and I'm going to keep it full fives related for now. I really enjoy everyone's feedback and for viewing. It's been great. You guys are great. Thanks again. I'll catch you later. Doombringer out.
Do better than what, man? All I'm speaking is the truth. We won 5 games. Even Taco, Tickle, yourself, and everybody else in the room knowing we won 5 games, and you won the last 2, but you only show the ones where you went. All I'm doing is speaking the truth. You can have your little YouTube fame or whatever else you got going on. Only thing I'm saying is, look, if you want to speak about the truth, speak about the 5 games that you lost straight before you won your 2 games. I don't need no response, man. I just know that as long as you know the truth, as long as Tickle, Taco, and the rest of them know the truth, that's all that matters to me. Like I said, you can have your fame, dude, as long as everybody know the truth, man. It's just what you put up, what you want everybody to see.